This week I'm going to show you a few little secret things and a couple of tips and tricks as we review the Mazda MX5. Gotta be honest, this is not my favourite colour. I think it looks like it's not quite finished yet. You'll notice this is the RF version, RF standing for retractable fastback, which is odd because it's not really a fastback. You can see inside there's a little clear plastic wind deflector. These are the rollover bars. This is the roof, and this is cover. Although this isn't actually the roof, it forms part of the roof mechanism. It still has the cutest little aerial, and I think from the rear it is so successful. A lot of people think there isn't an outside button for the boot, but there is, and it's right here. It's just a little tiny nipple underneath. The boot is fairly deep but doesn't go back a whole long way, and that is because it stops about there. So the roof mechanism takes up about that much, and then the rest is boot. And you can see here that the fastback bit comes purely from the fact that we've got Jaguar XJS style buttresses. When the roof's folded up, the window is just here. Press the little button. You can see that whole bit slides back, and the bit with the roof comes up and the window. And all of a sudden, we're inside. But of course, there is a law against convertible cars being driven with the roof up when it's not pouring with rain or 50 degrees C. That's a law I've always upheld. Roof down, and unless we're on the highway, windows down as well. The soft top and the hard top both have the base model, the GT, and the GT-RS. We've got matrix LED headlights. We also have Brembo brakes up front and these BBS forged alloy wheels. And they're good for a few kilos worth of saving. So this is around $52,000. There is one tip that I think everybody that owns a Mazda MX5 should know. You can see that I've got my Navman plugged in, but there are no outlets down here on the dash. There's some USBs over here, but they're no good to you. Instead, it is way up on the firewall underneath the glove box. Almost unreachable. The cabin is beige. You can see I've got a coffee in a coffee holder that comes out of this little compartment, like so, and then fits into this hole. But it isn't overly sturdy. And as you can see, it's bumped coffee all over the place. There is the tiniest, and I mean tiniest, of center bins. I've got my bag around the handbrake because, you know, convertible. There's the central system for controlling the audio visual. This is of course a 3-pedal car, so it has manual. And although the air conditioning system is automatic, it's a dial affair. And we've got the 7-inch system with built-in wireless CarPlay and wired Android Auto. Finally, the instruments, they're pure analog. It takes you back to a halcyon day of motoring. Steering wheel buttons, because there's no fancy stuff, are as plain as unprinted Pyrex. And that's the way I like it. This is simple. You actually drive this car, which I think we should do now. Now, before you complain about the flare and the lenses, etc., can't do anything about it, there isn't a roof. I've seen these things turbocharged, supercharged, and it really does make a massive difference to the performance. But this is not a performance car. It's not outright dash. It's about how it goes around corners. And this goes around corners brilliantly. And despite the fact that this does have electric power steering, it doesn't have any of the active ADAS features. Nothing that requires steering itself, except for the human. We do have cruise control, but that's strictly a manual affair. The ride on these Bilstein shockers is surprisingly good. You feel completely connected to the road, which is one thing I've always loved about MX5, is that you feel part of it. You're not just sitting on a seat with an engine at the front. 135 kilowatts, around 200 Newton meters. It's no powerhouse. This 6-speed manual, the clutch is absolutely delightful. The gears are nicely placed. They're a little bit notchy, but not too much. It's something that a learner driver could easily come to grips with. The 6-speed automatic has always felt not quite MX5 to me. Feels a little bit shortchanged. I'm a little disappointed with the fuel consumption, which is at the moment sitting at 7.9 litres per 100 kilometres. This weighs 1,100 kilos. The whole range weighs between 1,050 and 1,103 kilos. I mean, that's nothing. I guess that's why it feels so nippy. And I think, like motorcycles, two-seater sports cars, especially two-seater convertible sports cars, are an indulgence. There's something to be enjoyed. Of course, it's got the emergency braking features, some of them. I really do dislike those cup holders. They're so difficult to get to. But let's face it, there's not a whole lot of room. Beggars can't be choosers. The surfacing is lovely. Mazdas have always done a really nice interior. Then we get to the screen. This is a touch screen, but big bits of it are frequently locked out. As is Mazda's want, they want you to control it down here with this central command center. And CarPlay simply isn't meant to be controlled with a dial. It is absolutely horrible. And I'm not really sure why Mazda chose to do that instead of just moving the touch screen forward a bit. We often talk about cars being head turners, and MX5 isn't a head turner. It's subtle, it's fun, it's wonderful handling, it's nippy. I think the reason that I love it so much is that I love an open top car. I love a manual. And this is a really easy manual. And finally, because space is at a premium in this cabin, there's not a whole lot in the way of storage. There's no glove box. The user guide's in the boot. As you saw, the center console bin is really just a token. Wouldn't even fit gloves in it. And the little box for cup holders, well, it's kind of useless. There's no door pockets either. This car really is just for you and maybe your honey, and a couple of soft totes for a weekend away. That's all this week for the absolutely delectable Mazda MX-5. Still my favourite sports car, well, affordable sports car, and the best-selling sports car of all time. As always, hit like, leave a comment, and just over there to subscribe.